With Venmo Stash, a toggle on one hand and ordering a ride in the other means you're stacking cash back. With Venmo Stash, get up to 5% cash back when you pick a bundle of your favorite brands. Earn more cash when you do more with Stash. Venmo Stash terms and exclusions apply. Max $100 cash back per month. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms.
Hey, it's Chris K from Target, wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas. Hit it! Dasher, give me some jingle bells. Dancer, Prancer, let's hear a beat. And Mouse Chorus. Oh, it's a beautiful job, everybody. All right, now bring it home. Happy holidays, everybody.
Do you need some new gym gear and want to give back to the community at the same time? Aperio Athletics has you covered with 5% of all profits going towards the Canadian Mental Health Association. Sign up for their rewards program and receive $5 off your next order. Use code JUNGLE15 to get 15% off your first order. I got this brand new hoodie sent to me from Aperio Athletics and I am absolutely loving it. I've been wearing it every single day. The quality is incredible, very nice and warm. It's perfect. And I'm just absolutely loving it. They sent me a shirt too, also very nice and breathable material. It's very high quality stuff. So thanks to Joel over at Aperio Athletics for that. And visit the Aperio Athletics online store at aperioathletics.com to claim the benefits and rewards waiting for you. Be sure to follow them on Instagram and TikTok at Aperio_athletics
playing for
to be
Michigan
the first
Tech,
to know of all the
and he's now
latest
at
product
Merrimack.
releases and exclusive offers.
Matthew Campbell, how are you, buddy?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Good to have you on the show, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Excited for this one, man.
I think me and Owen have we both played against you in our
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
Well,
coming.
Me and Matty met.
We were ripping it up together back in the
So how do you guys meet?
Yeah, actually. BC Cup tryouts.
BC Cup, right?
Were you
Yeah,
on
and our
Darko's
team was.
team?
Yeah, dude, Matty and Doc. The Doc.
Dude, that guy was low key my boy for actually he's still my boy, but we became boys that weekend.
Yeah, dude,
That's
Doc
awesome.
were like our team was nasty. Like this, we were killing teams in this tryout, and I think half our team probably ended up playing at least in the BCHL. Like it was gross, and yeah, but Doc was on it, and
Yeah,
he was the glue, and our whole goal that weekend was for Doc to score, and he ended up getting one in our last game in a blowout. He carried a far pad tap in, so.
dude, that guy was the man.
Oh, he's the best. I was with him yesterday, actually, playing beer league.
Dude, that's sick. I was gonna say, thinking back to that tournament, it was crazy how we got kind of tight knit in like a tryout camp.
That's
Normally that doesn't happen.
That's like the equivalent of
man, it was
being boys with your spring camp teammates.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think I ended up being way tighter with all the guys on our tryout team than when I actually went to the BC Cup. I made a couple friends, but our tryout team was so tight. It was that was one of the most fun weekends of hockey I could ever think.
Do they still do all that, eh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Dude, it was because of Doc, dude.
Yeah, it was because of Doc. It was because of Doc. So I'll make sure he listens to this episode. He'll appreciate that. But yeah, dude. So really excited to have you. Obviously, since then you've had quite the career, and we're excited to get into that. So if you maybe want to just start off with your hockey roots. Obviously, North Van's a hockey mecca, but what first got you into the game? Any role models, siblings, parents, whatever it was that just kind of started you on your hockey journey?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely my dad. From pretty much the time I could walk, we were, me skating and stuff.
Yeah.
No one else in my family really was ever a player. My dad didn't play professional or at a high level. He just kind of played. He played for North Van Minor himself, actually, which is kind of cool. But yeah, like you said, it's such a hotbed. I remember, I don't know if you guys know the name Finn Williams. He's at Minnesota State now. He's one of my best friends. We met when we were 4 years old at preschool playground. It was called a little where you go and skate with your parents. So it was pretty cool. Last year we were in the same conference, and we actually, when they came to us in Michigan, we started the game against each other, which was like, and my dad was there.
That's sick.
He was our coach growing up. Like, such a full circle moment.
Yeah, that's unreal.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't like have any like crazy like role models outside of like being a fan of the NHL as a kid, because I mean, my dad, when he played beer league, but he didn't play for too long. Once I started playing and stuff, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Money, like, I'm not going to sit here and say I come from the trenches or anything, but money was tight in our house and stuff. And, you know, both my dad and my mom, like, divorced parents, they did, I'll never be able to repay them. They did the absolute best they could, and they still do.
That's awesome.
I think that's definitely part of my motivation today and stuff. I guess after I played North Van all the way up to Bantam till my second year, which, I mean, I guess for listeners who aren't familiar with like Lower Mainland hockey, I think North Van does a lot of things great. It's a great organization, but it's more focused on getting kids playing hockey rather than actual elite development and stuff.
Yeah.
So my second year was the first year when the CSSHL was kind of getting its feet wet in the Lower Mainland and stuff. So the Burnaby Winter Club, which as a kid I dreamed of playing at BWC.
Yeah.
I thought it was so sick, like the black and gold and stuff. I went just like cold into the tryout, and then I was lucky enough to make the prep team that year for my second year, and that's really where I think I started to really, like, I guess you could say, excel a little bit. I mean, not me personally, but I guess get a taste of what like actual elite hockey is, because now you're playing against, you know, that league was stacked. You had guys like, you know, Logan Stankhoven and Dylan Gunther and like Matt Savoy, like just
Sillinger.
Stud top to bottom. Yeah, Sillinger. I mean, Zellweger. Like I could go on for an hour naming guys. And it was also probably the first time in my career where I wasn't like kind of the top dog. You know, you come from playing like community level hockey, and you know, if you're going to a place like the Burnaby Winter Club Academy after that, you're probably a standout player, and wherever you are, whether it's Mission or Langley or North Van. So I struggled a lot early, and I was not ready to play against guys of that caliber who had been playing against each other for so long.
Yeah.
I didn't get drafted in the Western League. I was super, super sad about that at the time. I look back now, and it was one of the greatest blessings.
Probably a blessing, yeah. I was just going to say.
Yeah.
Totally. I still, even in my senior year at university, I don't pretend to be a school guy.
At least you know, right?
It was my dream to play for the Vancouver Giants. And I remember I talked like 2 days before the draft with the Lethbridge Hurricanes, and they told me like there was a good chance they were going to pick me. I was so set on that. I was so pumped, and that didn't happen. And I was like crushed.
Yeah.
At that age, like your first like real taste of kind of disappointment, like just hits you like a truck. And in hindsight, like, again, I'm so grateful because I didn't realize it, but that disappointment like fueled me so much harder. And I ended up playing another year at Burnaby on a great E15 team. I think we went like 30-4 that year or something. Had a year at Northwest where I spent the year scoring on Joe.
Yeah, nice on me, buddy.
And then ended up going to Coquitlam, where I got to play with a coach who was actually my coach at North Van Minor, a guy named Dan Chaffee, who honestly has like changed my life. As like he's one of the best mentors and hockey minds, coaches, like anything. Like I can't say enough good things about him. He's one of the hardest like I don't even want to say mean, but just in your face screaming coach. But it's weird because he'll scream at you, but I've never met a coach who's more universally loved by his players. Like guys would take a bullet for him. And so I got to play for him my rookie year, which was just awesome. And then obviously COVID had already happened, but it was still kind of in full swing. So my rookie year, like we only played like 20
Were
games.
you in like a bubble? Yeah.
Yeah, we were at like a rec center. It was a bit of a it was a tough
yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, I think we played 20 games in like 30 days or something, or 33 days. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it opened up like super late too. I remember that.
Probably only against like 3 teams.
Yeah, so ours was us, Powell River, and Chilliwack. Or no, sorry, not Chilliwack, Surrey.
Okay, yeah.
And I remember Surrey was just cleaning up too. Like it was, they retained most of their roster, had a couple Western League guys, and they were just torching us. So it was tough, but next year I returned to Coquitlam, and I had a great year. I ended up committing to Quinnipiac pretty early in the year, and that was kind of my road to college.
How old were you when you committed?
And Coquitlam?
Yeah, when you went to Quinnipiac, like what year would that have been? Your 19 year when you committed?
Yeah. Well, no, I committed my 18 year, and then I went in.
You went in your 19 year, okay.
1 year after.
Right.
Like I took one gap year in high school.
Were you gonna say one?
I was just gonna say, like you were kind of saying earlier, North End. You were always a good player growing up, and then you go to BWC and you develop a ton. But that jump you took from making the BWC to the BCHL to being like a player who was probably considered for the NHL draft. Like you took a massive jump in your game. From Northwest to there. So what was it that you think kind of like allowed you to get to that next level? Like, did you start doing anything really differently, or did you just kind of naturally end up developing that way?
I would say weirdly enough, like it goes back to like even now, like it goes back to, I'd say, that Bantam draft, like that just crushing feeling of disappointment. And like I've faced, I feel like, so much adversity in my career, like, and I not that, like, I think everybody does. But if there's one thing that I'm proud of myself with is like, I always, and part of this comes with my faith, like trusting in God and stuff, like you always come out better on the other side. And, I think I've done a pretty good job throughout my career, at least so far. And there's going to be a lot more times, but just rolling with the punches and always focusing on, your own process. Never get too high, never get too low. Like I see so many guys, like, they'll be a stud in midget, they'll go to junior, and it's like they just plateau because they treat it like it's like the end all, or it's the end, you know what I mean? Or on the flip side, they have then some adversity strikes, they've never had to deal with that before, and like just they shut down. Yeah. And it's like such a skill to I guess learn to deal with that. And just, I guess, as corny as it sounds, like really never give up. Like there's guys like, there's like the Connor Bedards who, I mean, I guess he's a poor example because not only is he extremely talented, but he works crazy hard.
Oh yeah. But he's still born with guys, that like next level.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But you see a lot of guys that have like such high end talent and they don't work that hard. And like, I guess like the old adage, like hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And like, especially at the college level, like you see so many guys who aren't crazy talented naturally, but they've just worked their bag off to get to this level and stuff. And I think like for me, like I said, I spent up until I was 14, which is pretty late to make the transition to like from North Van Minor to BWC.
Oh, for sure.
Like when I got there, I was far from even like a top half player on that team. I felt like, I'm not naturally, like, I'm not sitting here saying I'm a naturally talented player at all. It's just like, I think for me, like it's been kind of hard work, and I'm grateful for those like the times I've kind of had to do that, as hard as it is.
It's crazy how that bit of adversity can kind of shape your, like, you in the moment you think it's like the end of the world, but then you just like, it ends up being like, you know, the thing that drives you and keeps you going. So that's awesome.
I remember, you know, it's funny, and this is a story, I guess, I don't know if you guys want to like bleep his name out, but you guys probably know he played for the.
Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
So he's one of my really good buddies, and before I went to BWC, it was right before the tryouts, and I remember telling him, I was like, I'm gonna go to BWC, and like I'm gonna make the team, and I'm gonna get drafted. That's what I said to him, and he said, I think his answer was, if you make BWC, I'll cut off my left nut. And then if you get drafted, he's like, he goes, if you get drafted, I'll cut off the right one. And that like stuck with me so hard that year. And
so did he do it?
No.
Okay, good. I was gonna say
that actually, honestly, I think Abram. This is actually like a crazy similar story. There's this screenshot Doc sent me, Doc Dockrell, like, I don't know, probably a year or two ago. And it was him and Abram and Dockrell was like, you're not like going to make the NHL, dude. Like, I don't know how the conversation started, but the conversation was like, who do you think you are? You're not going to make the NHL. And Abram was like, yeah, I am, bro. He was like, I'm going to play junior A in the BCHL. Then I'm going to go to college. Then I'm going to go to the NHL. And it was like, he was playing Mission Bantam hockey as a second year. And this was like, and that's exactly what he fucking did, dude. So it's like you just talking about your mindset. Like, I'm not surprised at all that you're where you are. It's such a great mindset. Just reminded me of that story as well. That's hilarious.
You know, it's funny. Like, you know, I mean, he may not think like this at all, but all like growing up, like from that midget year, like me and Weaver were neck and neck.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna ask you about that, because like you guys are obviously pretty comparable too, like with kind of like the route and everything.
With Venmo Stash, a taco in one hand and ordering a ride in the other means you're stacking cash back. Nice. Get up to 5% cash back with Venmo Stash on your favorite brands when you pay with your Venmo debit card. From takeout to rideshares, entertainment and more, pick a bundle with your go-tos and start earning cash back at those brands. Earn more cash when you do more with Stash. Venmo Stash terms and exclusions apply. Max $100 cash back per month. See terms at venmo.me/stash terms.
I think like obviously you both played each other in major midget, end up in college, you know, against each other. So does that kind of fuel you, or like how do you feel about that?
You know what's fun? This is funny because I'm glad you guys brought it up. I didn't want to be the one to bring it up.
Penner used to bring this up all the time. He's like, dude, Weaver's his rival. Like, fuck.
It's, you know, it's funny. Like obviously, like I didn't know who he was, and he probably didn't know who I was until that midget year.
Yeah.
And I think like we were, if I remember correctly, we were like neck and neck for like points and like the all-star team.
So close.
Yeah. I go to Coquitlam, where like he goes to Chilliwack, we're in the same conference. And like I think the next year, both our second years in junior, we're like neck and neck in points.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I commit to Quinnipiac, he commits to Nodak right after 1 and 2 after each other. And then he got drafted at the end of the year. But yeah, like I've definitely we're both lefty defensemen, lower mainland.
You guys had a similar play style, I feel like, in junior at least.
Yeah, I think I would say he was definitely more probably responsible defensively than I was in junior. Bigger body, and I would just play the craziest run and gun hockey ever, which is part of the reason I had such a tough transition when I came to college.
Okay. Riverboat gambler.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. We matched up with them my last year in junior in the first round of playoffs. They were the 2 seed, and we were the 6 or 7 seed. We ended up taking them to 7, but before we started the series, one of our coaches drew out their whole lineup, and he did a huge pre-scout on each player, and he was making like different guys read out kind of the pros and cons about each player, and he made me stand up in front of the team and read out Weber's like kind of his scouting report. It was funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So does everyone kind of know, or is it like just like on the low? I don't know.
With me and him?
Yeah. Did you do it on purpose, or was it like just coincidence?
I think at the time it was kind of known a little bit.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's like, who knows? He might be listening and be like, "Who's Matthew Campbell?" then I was like an idiot.
I doubt that.
Awesome.
He definitely knows who you are.
No, if there's an episode he's going to tune into, it'll be this one.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'll let him know.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I don't know him even really off the ice. Like, as far as I know, he seems like a really good dude. I believe he's a Christian. So am I. So it's I'm super. What's the word? I guess in a weird way, without even knowing a guy, like proud of how his career's turned out. Happy for him.
Yeah.
He seems like a guy similar to me who came from pretty humble hockey roots. Dude, like you said, he was playing Mission Minor, ends up getting drafted. Like I would be surprised if not this year, after next year, he signs an NHL contract, right? I think I don't watch a ton of North Dakota hockey, but he's definitely a top guy for them. So
yeah.
He's a guy you root for.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's the best, dude. And, like, honestly, like, I know you guys have had such similar career paths. And for me, like, you guys both being my age and me knowing both of you, like, I followed your junior careers. And I always kind of thought, like it's crazy how similar it is. And, like, yeah, dude, you guys have such similar stories. And I honestly do feel like you're pretty similar personalities as well, like mindset and everything. And, like you said, like, yeah, he grinded for everything he got. He deserves to be where he is. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. How you guys have come up kind of together, but I guess now kind of been over most of your. Well, I don't know. Do you have any like big things from junior that you want to talk about before we move on to your college career?
The holidays are here, and that means it's the most wonderful time of the year to save with Rakuten. Use Rakuten to stack cash back at your favorite stores on top of holiday sales. That's savings on savings. With Rakuten, you can get cash back on gifts for everyone on your list, from toys for the kids, kitchen gear for the person who just loves to cook, to electronics for everyone. You can even save on something for yourself. Just shop the stores that you love, and cash back is automatically added to your account. And you can choose to get paid via Interac e-transfer, PayPal, or check. Join for free today and get a new member bonus after minimum qualifying purchases. Just go to Rakuten.ca, download the app, or install the browser extension. That's Rakuten. Terms and conditions apply.
How tough was it to kind of call it quits early in junior and like make that jump to college?
You know what? It was honestly, well, I was really excited to go in, obviously. I mean, Quinnipiac's like an unreal spot. But I loved playing Coquitlam. Like, it's funny I met a ton of guys in college, and like some guys are like, I hated playing junior hockey. Like, I'm so happy I'm in college. And other guys are like, I wish I would do anything to go back. And I'm definitely on the side of I would do anything to go back.
Right.
I mean, you're just like, for me, I got to live at home. It's only 20 minutes from my house. And being across the country for the last 4 years, like I wish I put more value on family time and just like getting to see my parents each day and my younger sister and just sleeping in your own bed. But the hockey, like, junior's the best. I mean, especially when you're at a high school, like that last year, like you're just wake up in the morning, you're going skating, you're doing your lift, and you're just hanging with the boys. Like it was definitely really hard. We had such a good group that year too. A core group that had kind of been through a lot together, like a few coaching changes and stuff that a lot of guys I'll be forever tight with. So it was not easy.
Yeah, I bet. Well then, yeah, I mean, kind of just talk your transition to Quinnipiac then. I know you said it was difficult, and like you guys obviously, I mean, won the national championship that year, unbelievable team, but just kind of talk about your transition and just how that whole year went for you.
Yeah, that I mean, so I guess if people aren't familiar with, which most people aren't, with I guess with my college career, we won the national championship that year. We were in like an unbelievable team. I was scratched for 39 of our 40 games. A couple of times I got the old get your gear on for warm up and then hit the showers. So to say it was really physically and mentally hard.
Yeah,
I think it's an understatement. But again, like I look at the growth that I made that year, and it was like crazy. I honestly, even not playing really a game, I wouldn't change it for the world. Like I that was like the first year the transfer portal had been a thing. So I think when they brought me in, they didn't anticipate they'd obviously have the ability to start pulling other guys from other schools. Plus, with COVID just ending, the NCAA just added the 5th year.
Right.
So not only were they now bringing guys in, they were also keeping guys they thought were going to leave. For example, our captain, Zach Metza, who was an absolute stud. Like he's just played his first couple of games with Buffalo last week and stuff. It was just like I was looking up and down the lineup sheet, and I was like, "There's just dog after dog in front of you."
Yeah.
But like I said, like I got so much better that year. I talk about in junior how I kind of did whatever I wanted, and it was great. It was tons of fun, but it's not how the pro game works at all. So I learned a ton about like defending, and yeah, just made huge strides in my game. I mean, you're competing with guys who are unbelievable. Like guys that year, we have our goalie, we have 2 D-men who played NHL games, and like 2 forwards who played NHL games from that roster. Like,
yeah.
It was like just being on the ice and being around those guys every day was huge for me at the time. Like I was, especially in junior, I was definitely like not the most dialed at times. Like I'd eat whatever, I'd sleep in, that's just how it was.
Yeah.
So when I got there, and it's like you're just treated like it's the military. It's like if lifts at 10:45, you're there at 10:35, rolling out in the gym, right?
Yeah.
I like it. It really taught me how to kind of be a pro, be a man instead of a boy, kind of when it came to hockey and how you approach the game. So learned a ton there, and then again with the transfer portal, like at the end of the year, didn't know what my future was going to look like at Quinnipiac, which was one of the most like gutting decisions I've ever had to make.
Yeah.
Because I loved it there. Obviously, winning a national championship, you got so tight with the group. And I ended up going to Michigan Tech, which I absolutely loved it there. It was like I was able to step into a lineup where I could kind of play like a top 4 role more than one that I'd been kind of used to. And now with like what I'd learned at Quinnipiac, like I felt great. My 2 years there were awesome. And then I guess at the end of my junior year, I just kind of had an opportunity to play in Hockey East here at Merrimack. And I guess if there's a thing with college hockey, not all conferences are equal and stuff. So right. I couldn't really pass up the opportunity to come to Hockey East and play against, the big dogs, play against the BUs, the BCs, the Providences, you know what I mean? The Maines. So.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Yeah.
It's been a roller coaster.
Yeah, I bet, dude. Well, maybe first, I kind of want to ask just about that national championship, like what that experience was like, getting to go to the Frozen Four, like just to be there, the celebration, whatever, obviously what you can say. Just like that must have just been incredible.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Where was Frozen Four that year? Sorry.
It was in Tampa, which is like what better spot,
Yeah,
it doesn't get better.
Yeah. So it, it's crazy because as great, like the BCHL is an unbelievable league. I loved it there. But comparing, how you get treated in the BCHL to how you get treated in college, especially, at a bigger budget school who is winning a lot of games, it's night and day. Like you get such good care taken of you.
Yeah.
You go from like junior where you're on like week-long bus rides to, flying private to road games and stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess the Frozen Four was like, and I mean the whole turn. Like I got to go. I've been blessed enough to go to the tournament both my freshman and I guess my sophomore year. I actually played in it, but it's just a different level. Like they treat it like it's the National Hockey League. But yeah, so we had a hard tournament pull. We had in our first game, we actually played Merrimack.
Oh,
sick.
And they were on a heater that year too. They were super good. Lost in double overtime from a Lane Hudson goal in the Hockey East Finals, and it's just super super heartbreaking for them. And then they run into us in the first game, so we beat them. We played Ohio State after that, and I think they scored. They got a breakaway off like a bad D-to-D pass, like 2 shifts into the game, and I mean they had waxed Harvard the night before, but we managed to beat them. And then Tampa, we had to face that Michigan team, which was just stacked with Fantilli and Luke Hughes and Seamus Casey and all that. Like we really had murderers row. Not so we beat them. Then we get to play Minnesota, which I mean the Gophers that year were ridiculous too. They had Cooley and Nyes and Brock Faber.
Oh my God.
And the goalie was really good too. Oh man, they had that kid who's on the Ducks now just signed like a $9 million deal.
Jackson Lacombe.
Yeah, like just him and Faber as a D pairing was ridiculous.
That's insane. That's insane.
Like I think their starting 5 was like Snuggerud, Nyes, Cooley with Faber and Lacombe on the point. It was like just ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
So and we score like 8 seconds into overtime, which was
that was nuts.
Crazy. Like the place erupted. I guess a funny side story to that was in the hotel we were staying at was one of like I don't know Tampa very well, but one of the most like popular kind of patio bars underneath. And the like Gophers fans had rented it out for their after party. Just assuming they were gonna wax us, I guess. And so after we won, we like flooded down there and just had like, I think our the president of the school like just put everything on the school
the school.
Yeah, and it was an unbelievable night, and unbelievable like couple weeks, months after that. Like it was just the guys were just celebrating like crazy. But what I think was super cool is like we only had, I want to say, 1 draft pick. We had a guy get drafted after that year, but we had 1 draft pick on that team, if I'm not mistaken, compared to like just a crazy roster that the Gophers had. And so it's super cool. Just like we talk about, guys like Weeb and stuff who are workers and have earned everything. Like that was our entire roster.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of seniors and 5th years and like real like meat and potatoes guys. I mean, we obviously had like Colin Graff and
he's gross.
Nasty.
He's so good.
And we had our like guys, but compared to them, like nothing. And so I think it really gave at least me a ton of faith that like just because you're not a first round draft pick doesn't mean you can't kick the shit out of those guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was awesome. What was super cool is like, even though guys were celebrating like crazy, like it was super cool, like to see a guy like Zach Metza, who is, I think, the ultimate hard worker, earned everything guy. He like in the gym a week later and just won a national championship. Like it's pretty unreal. And like, there's a lot of like lessons to be learned. Yeah. It definitely gave me like such a taste of like I got a taste of the tournament and stuff, and I like it's such fuel to go back. It's the best.
Of course.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. And then obviously you transitioned over to Michigan Tech and you end up having two great years there. I believe you went to an NHL dev camp as well. Was it Washington?
Philly. Yeah, I went to Philadelphia after my sophomore
Oh, Philly.
year.
Sorry, Philly.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that was great. It was. I think my kind of confidence as a player really needed that, especially after not playing that whole year.
Yeah.
If that year at Quinnipiac, I don't consider it a low point, but like I said, my career has been a roller coaster in college. If Quinnipiac was a low point, that's definitely a high point. Yeah, it was. I mean, that was a great experience too. Like now you're in it competing with all their draft picks over the last couple of years, and it's cool. Like at the end of the day, it's just development camp. It was great. I don't think like too crazy about it, but it was definitely. I guess the whole point of it is just kind of a taste of the NHL and stuff, and it definitely showed me that's what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah, like gives you a little bit of extra motivation moving forward, like when you get a taste of it like that.
For sure. And I'll also say like it kind of for your subconscious, like just showing that you can compete in those like scrimmages at camp where you can be a impact player in those scrimmages. It really gave me confidence that a logo beside a name on a roster it's just ink. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So you ended up obviously transferring twice now in your career. Like, has it changed how the process goes? Like, obviously, like with the whole, the rule change, you can make money now. Obviously, everything. Like, so you transferred after your freshman year, and was it different transferring more recently, or was it like sort of the same kind of process? Because we talked with Matthew Caron last week, and it was like, he said it's pretty much like a blind leap of faith, like jumping into the fucking transfer portal and not really knowing like who's going to offer, like what's going to happen. So can you talk about that kind of?
Yeah. So I'm not entirely sure what his experience was like, but I think you kind of know, you don't have like a deal lined up, but you kind of know where, if you're going to get opportunities, and kind of like it's, if you're real with yourself and stuff, and if you have a decent advisor, like you kind of have a bit of an idea.
Right.
I mean, at least for me, it didn't feel like a leap of faith. I felt pretty confident I could get an opportunity in a conference like Hockey East. But yeah, it's crazy the way college hockey, like the landscape has changed over just the last, just my time in college. Like when I committed, there was no transfer portal. There was no, it's crazy. Like back then, back then it was, you go to school, you're at the same place for 4 years, and that's it. And I don't know. I guess there's pros and cons to both, because now like there's guys who have transferred 4 times in 4 years.
Yeah.
Like there's guys getting $1 million to go to this school, or like it's just crazy the way it is.
Yeah.
I guess there's pros and cons to both. I'm of the personal belief, and it might sound, you might be scratching your head from a guy who's hearing this from a guy who's transferred twice, but I don't know. I think the old way was kind of what college hockey was meant to be. Like you go and you don't play your freshman year. Well, now you get to sniff your sophomore year, and then your junior year, you're playing in the top 4. Senior year, you're a huge role player for the team.
Right.
You kind of work your way up, and I think it forced schools to really develop players. When now it's like they're like, okay, this guy is not good in the first 3 months of being here. Whatever, we'll go shopping in the next off season.
Yeah, right.
So I don't know. It gives colleges a ton of power, I guess.
Right.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. At the end of the day, it's a business, and I mean, in pro, if you're not performing, you're in trouble. So
yeah, no, I get that.
It kind of is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think you being a guy who's transferred twice, giving that opinion takes away from it. I think it actually probably defends it even more. Like considering that I mean, you've taken advantage of it because it's how it is. It's what's there. I mean, realistically, if it was the old way, you probably wouldn't have had to. So, like, yeah, I don't think that it takes anything away from what you said because you've transferred. I personally agree with you. Like, obviously, there's some situations where I don't know. I guess guys could get stuck and it could be difficult, but in general, I do probably agree that the old way is better, and that does focus on developing players. I think that's a good point.
I also like the idea of like, you know, maybe a kid comes out of, you know, a junior league and like you're not in the BCHL or the USHL where you're. I mean, I guess now you can be from major junior or even the East Coast. Like anyone can
come from anywhere
now. It's crazy. But, you know, I used to like the idea of like, you know, okay, as a young kid, you pick major junior or you pick junior A, and you make your decision, you ride with it. And then from there, like you could be a kid from like kind of a smaller league, like the SJHL or the NOL. And maybe you go to like a middle of the pack or lower end school and you become their guy. And then like the sky's the limit that way.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, now you go to a lower middle pack school and then you have a good freshman year, you transfer. It's like,
yeah, like that's, yeah. I get what you're saying.
Like you're hopping ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's also tough for I honestly feel for some of these schools that don't have the big budgets. Like,
oh yeah.
Like how does like a Ferris State ever compete with a North Dakota? You know what I mean? Like they're never going to get the guy when he's picking between those two places, you know? When maybe a few years ago, like a kid's looking at the commits that North Dakota has coming in and he says, you know what? I'm going to go be the man at a Ferris State. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally.
No, not to knock like a program like that. It's just they don't have the money to throw.
That's just how it is. I think you're just talking like how it is. Like,
you're not knocking them.
I don't think you're knocking them. I think you're speaking the truth of what everyone knows. So I agree.
So I don't know what the NCAA's long-term plan is. Hopefully they find.
I was gonna say, yeah.
To find some balance somewhere. I certainly don't have the answer. Like I said, I'm not much of a school guy, but
that's all right. No, I agree with you, and I know it's affecting other sports too. You look at college basketball, college football, it's like
it's a mess.
It's the exact same problems, big mess, lots of money being thrown around at these people, at these players, these coaches even too. Like holy smokes. So it is an issue, but it's like I don't even know the first step to solving it. I don't think Owen does either. I mean, it's just like it's kind of the way it is, and it's out of our hands. So
yeah. Well, I mean, kind of gone over most of your college career, but I mean, let's get to Merrimack. Like, how you've been liking it so far? Obviously, you said it was an opportunity you couldn't pass up. So just tell us how it's been, and kind of maybe a bit about your plans for the rest of the season, the future, your goals. Sick hat too, by the way.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say nasty lid.
It's Selly Hockey Co. The company. It's pretty.
I've seen those before. Yeah,
I've never seen like a college with it though. That's pretty tight.
Yeah, I know a bunch of the schools on the East Coast have like hats of this brand and stuff, but
yeah,
that's a little plug for the brand there. But but yeah, no, Merrimack's been great. I think. I mean, the biggest difference is when you're like, I think the CCHA, which is the conference Michigan Tech was in, is like a vastly underrated conference in college. You know, everybody talks about Hockey East or the Big Ten or the NCHC. But I think the CCHA is the top teams in that league are, I mean, you saw it last year with Minnesota State taking Western Michigan, who won the national championship, to double overtime in the tournament and stuff. Like it's a heavy league. Like there's men in that league. You like the fans are awesome. It's it's heavy. But I will say when you're playing against the weaker teams in that league, it's definitely a different level compared to some of the other top conferences. And so yeah, like I think Merrimack was an opportunity I couldn't pass up just because of really the conference. And every night, like last weekend we had Boston University home and home, and then next week we have Providence home and home. Like it's a meat grinder. Every team is like one of the top teams in the country. And I mean that's where I guess the eyes are. That for me was the biggest draw. Now that I'm here, I'm grateful. Like one thing I'll say about Merrimack is the culture here is unbelievable. Like our team is such a tight-knit group of guys, which has made the transition so much easier. Like I remember when I went in as a freshman to Quinnipiac, like we had an unreal group there, but it's still like I was so much younger than everybody else, and it took a bit of time to really get tight with the group. Same thing at Michigan Tech. Like it took time, but here, like maybe it's now that I'm an upperclassman kind of thing. It felt like instant. Like the first weekend, the team was all together and a great group of dudes. So that has been probably my favorite thing. That being said, like the lineup here is extremely competitive. Like we have 9 D-men on our roster, and all 9 of them can really play any role, like or anywhere up and down that depth chart. Which, I mean, I'd be lying to you if I said it's frustrating as a senior that it's such a hard lineup. Obviously, you want to step in and just be the guy, but that's not how you get better. And so I'm actually grateful that each Monday through Thursday in practice is an absolute war to get in the lineup. Yeah, so Merrimack's been great. I think we're like, I mean, they've only been to the tournament once as far as I know, and that was a couple of years ago when I was at Quinnipiac. I think this year we have an unreal team. We beat Quinnipiac, we beat UMass Lowell, UNH, we beat some good teams, and I mean, last weekend we were overtime and then a 1-goal game the next night with BU. So I'm super pumped to be on a team that is so competitive, such a great culture, and then so competitive within our own lineup, and then so competitive nationally.
Hockey is back, and this season, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official betting partner of the NHL, brings you all the speed, skill, and nonstop action you love. DraftKings Sportsbook delivers the unmatched intensity of the NHL right to your fingertips. From player props to thrill of live in-game betting, every drop of the puck is your shot to win big. Owen, I just looked at the odds for the Pittsburgh Penguins to win the Cup. Plus, they have the 4th worst odds, plus 20,000 on DraftKings. Obviously, these lines are subject to change, but could be some big profits there for you guys. New customers, this one's for you. Bet $5, and if your bet wins, and you'll get paid out $300 in bonus bets instantly. Light the lamp all season long with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets in case your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, fees may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
I was going to ask you how tough it is to kind of transfer in as a senior when there's guys that have probably been there for 2, 3, 4 seasons. Like it's probably tough to, like you said, you guys got a good group in the like the room, but like to slot in, you probably a senior, you want to play a lot. So it's like pretty interesting how hard it is to crack that lineup. It just shows how good you guys are, I guess.
Yeah. It's I guess each year, obviously, you're playing for first and foremost team success. But each year, like, you kind of have like a different goal. Like for me, at the end of my freshman year was like either my goal was at Quinnipiac, walk into the room and not have to worry about your jersey being hanging in the stall on game day, and then whether that was at Quinnipiac or that was somewhere else with the portal. Ultimately, I achieved that at Michigan Tech. Then my next goal was like become a top 4, top 2 guy, a guy who plays every situation, and I was able to achieve that at Michigan Tech. And if there was a mistake I made, I transferred here, and I think I kind of expected, like I was playing big minutes last year. I kind of expected just to be handed that. And I mean, kudos and like hats off to the guys in our line, like on our team. Like it's, like I said, there's 8 other D-men who are extremely competitive, and they all want that too.
Right.
And but like now it's like I'm playing for team success, and I'm also playing for a contract. Like I ultimately I need to, like I want to be a professional hockey player. That's like my dream and my goal. Like it's no secret. And whether I'm able to play a 5th year or this is like my last kind of kick at the can in college, whether it's this year or next year, like I need a contract. Like then it becomes about feeding my future family.
Money, that's everything.
Yeah. But like I found myself scratched last weekend for the first time since I was a freshman, and I was at first obviously pissed. Like it'd be bad if I wasn't.
Yeah, everyone gets pissed when they get scratched. I don't think anyone's happy when they're fucking getting scratched.
It's your initial reaction, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's guys who are well, I've seen some sickos who are happy because it means they can hit the bar early, but those guys aren't
those are the guys that are used to it, though.
Yeah, and those aren't the guys who really want to be pros. But it's. I think it was like a great wake up call, and the wake up call I needed heading into next weekend and stuff. I had like a. It was funny. I had we had our like team meetings with our coaches. Like everyone had to meet with the head coach this week and stuff. And one thing he said to me like stuck out. He's like, you're a super talented player. You're good. You played a lot of games. You have a lot of experience in this league. Like I think I have like the most games played on our whole team. And he's like, just like be better. Like you haven't been good enough. Like be better. And I think that's like the wake up call I needed. So it's kind of funny. Like I find myself like competing to make sure my jersey's in the stall again, which is ultimately, if you look at it as an opportunity, it's an opportunity to be better and stuff. So
I'd argue it makes you better, man. Because like if a guy needs to crack the lineup, and you're battling with your peers who are amazing hockey players as well. You said these 8 other D-men that could probably make any lineup, right? So it's ultimately 3 guys got to sit at the end of the day, right? So you got to battle, and I think that's like for goalies. I mean, it's a little different, but for players, I'm saying like makes you better, makes you learn.
Totally, and the crazy thing with college too. And I guess this is like the blessing and the curse of college. You play at the max 40 games. Like, so really, it's not like junior where you're playing 70 games. You can plus preseason and playoffs. Like you can mess around in practice, and it doesn't really matter. Like if you're playing well in the games, you're going to keep playing. You know what I mean? Yeah. In college, it's like they film every practice. Every practice is treated like a game because it like they're pulling up film from your practice.
We used to do film in practice too, and I fucking hated it.
Oh,
I fucking hated it so much.
Wow, I didn't know that was a thing.
Because I used to slack off. This is like, dude, I was playing like in Revelstoke. Like I didn't think we were gonna.
That's so crazy.
And I was like, these guys are filming me fucking around in practice. So I'm just like, fuck. That only happened once or twice, but still, like I was just like, dude, that's crazy. But no, at the college level, that's got to be an eye opener too.
Yeah, I can't take your foot off the gas.
Yeah, and it's tough, like, because you don't have really you can have a subpar game. If you're great Monday through Thursday, you're probably going to be in the lineup. And the flip side is you can be you can have an unreal game, have a 2-goal game. If you're horrible Monday through Thursday, honestly, you're probably going to get scratched. It's crazy. But it's also good because it forces you to bring it each day, which you don't get that. You don't have to in junior or anything. But yeah, it's funny. I remember in junior, I would just practice in my mind in junior was oh, screw around, make mistakes, try stuff, then bring it, dial in for the game. And I remember my first, I sat down with the assistant coach at Quinnipiac and I was like, hey, why am I not playing? This is a few games into the year. And he starts pulling up clips from practice, and it's me getting beat wide or me getting losing a guy, not boxing a guy out. And he's like, if you don't do it in practice, how am I going to trust you in a game? And I'm like, dude, at the time I was like, man, it's practice. I sounded like Allen Iverson. Talking about practice. You know what I mean?
Talking about practice.
But I that was such a huge learning curve at that time, and I think that's why college is starting to produce so many guys at the NHL level is because traditionally the guys who are in the Western League and then right into the American League, they're just playing games all year, and then the off season you're focusing on rebuilding your body and then putting on some muscle or whatever you're doing, right? When it's almost in college, it's almost off season all the time, not in the sense of obviously you have to be you're dialed in playing games, but you're lifting every day, so you're building your body. You're not, when it comes Friday, you're 100% ready to go. You're fresh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's you're playing a game every day in practice, essentially. So it's been good.
You really got to prepare.
It's hard, but and you find yourself looking up, seeing which way the camera's facing every now and then when you get dangled in practice.
That's good. No, Owen, if you got anything else to lean into here, I kind of got one that's going to round us out, but.
No, yeah, I was just actually going to say I think I'm all out of questions, Joe. So if you wanna finish up, and then Matty, if you got anything after that you want to talk about too, feel free to bring up anything as well.
Yeah,
but go ahead, Joe.
Throwing at the end here, but obviously senior year, are you eligible to play a fifth year? I think possibly.
We'll see. I have to go. I haven't done it yet. You have to apply through the NCAA.
Okay.
I can't see why I wouldn't get that year if I did, or if I did apply for it. Cross that bridge when we get there.
Cross that when you get there, but kind of your plan moving forward after this year. I was kind of going to ask if it's more so leaning towards pro, if it's more so leaning towards, coming back for that fifth year at Merrimack, or, figuring it out. What's kind of your vibe right now, and what's your future looking like, so we can follow up with you here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough question, because the first thing I'll say is I'm a guy who always is constantly thinking about the future. I struggle to stay present, and I'm working on that. But I don't know. I mean, I would ultimately if I can have the rest of the year that I want to have, and if the contract if there's something on the table that is good enough to make me leave college, I said I'm not a school guy. I'll be gone.
Are you on pace to graduate?
Well, actually,
you don't have to throw this in if not, but I just want to ask.
Well, no, when I transferred, I lost a bunch of classes, so
okay.
I'm actually not, but I would half at Christmas of next year if I did, but
okay.
No, I mean I would love to stay. I mean, I feel like a lot of guys who sign early or just sign at all out of college, especially with a year of eligibility left, a lot of them tend to regret it. You're not very rarely does a guy step right into the NHL or even right into the American. You're grinding. And I think college is so fun. It's like you're in high school again almost. You're with your boys every day. But that being said, like I mentioned earlier, like my parents sacrificed so much just for me to even play hockey at all. Like I would love to get the opportunity to start making money, whether that's still here in college with the new rules or it's starting in my pro career. I really have no idea. I wish I had a better answer for you.
That's all right, man.
That's okay.
Just thought I'd dig a little bit, but
yeah,
that's good to wrap up here, I think.
Yeah, man. Unless you got anything else, like you got like a
if you want to
story
throw
or anything you want to talk about before we wrap up.
I'm trying to think.
It's okay if you don't. I just want to make sure.
No, yeah, it's I don't know. All I can think about is that funny story. You guys might laugh at that national championship year. I think after we won, I went to one single class for the next like 2 months of the school year. One single one, and it was like an English class, like wrap up, like just like hanging out with the teacher.
Yeah. Fuck, that's awesome. Yeah. What was your GPA, if you don't mind me asking? Are you even allowed to say that? I don't know.
I don't even. Man, I think it was actually at Quinnipiac. It was like a 3.45, which was actually
it's fine.
That's by far the best I've ever had in college, and I think a big part of that is just because teachers just started passing us after we won. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't claim to be a school guy, but
I guess you guys are probably legends on campus after that. Like you're probably like the hockey. There's probably the biggest thing.
Was it a big deal It was a pretty big deal on campus, right? Because like,
yeah, they it was crazy. Like we obviously were the night it happened. Obviously we were in Tampa, but the videos we saw were nuts. Like they had to shut down this whole main street because they're like people were just partying in the street, and like there was this one restaurant called Eli's, and it's kind of like a restaurant that turns into a bar in the evening, and like this videos of guys swinging off the chandeliers and like just like oh my gosh, just annihilating the place. Like it was crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was like the Vancouver riots.
Sick.
Except the celebration.
Yeah, exactly.
Sick. Is that the first? That's obviously the first. Was that one of their first natties, or was that an actual like?
That was.
Had they won it before? Yeah, the first. Okay.
That's so sick.
So, and you know what's crazy is they would have been in 2016. They were in Tampa Bay, and they lost to North Dakota. So the last time they were in that same rink, they lost.
Wow.
And funny, earlier that year, an alumni of there, Devon Taves, who's obviously a BC guy.
Yeah.
He won the cup in Tampa. Obviously, alumni at Quinnipiac. We go to that same rank. We managed to win the national championship. It was super cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a cool little connection there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think you've given us enough of your time. That was an awesome interview. So thank you so much, man. We really appreciate it, and we'll be rooting for you and following you the rest of the way. So good luck, buddy.
Yeah. No, thank you so much. That was a great time.
Thanks, bud.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.